our notebook. So under our notebook, we import, we bring in our library from BS4, import beautiful soup. So basically, this is just me importing our libraries that we'll be using. So it's loading in the libraries. So these are the libraries we'll be importing. So our library is okay. So that's why it's showing me one here. So now let's call in our URL. URL equals. So now for you to call in our URL, we come to the website and we click on this URL and we copy it. Then we go back. URL. That's our URL. So we have our URL. So now we can then put it here back. Okay. Page. So you want to tell request to request to get the page. Let's see. Let's get a response from that page. What response are we going to be getting? Request dot get URL page. So now we get response 200. We getting response 200 actually means that okay, is getting a response, is successful. We have connected to the website, so is successful. But if you get something like 400 or 405 or 404, that means it's redirecting us, or we are or 300 or per, that means it's redirecting us, or is an error. We are not getting anything from that page because some pages they don't allow scraping. So you have to some specify the way you can scrape and some specify okay intervals and some other things. So we'll later on see how we can look into that. So basically soup, we bring in our soup build beautiful soup. So we are telling our soup that what we want is contents page content under HTML. So basically, what you're telling our soup here is that is the H because now we already get the response quite alright. So you now it's under one the beautiful soup to get page content. That is the HTML page content of it. So that is that. Now we come back to this page. For us to get everything on this page, we know that each item is being sent in by class. A class. Let's inspect another item for you to see. Article is true article class PRD. That is what they use to upload in each item. So now we come in and say, okay, all data I'm just telling it that all my data should be in one bracket. For now, we create a loop, because if we don't create a loop, it only give us one item if we try to scrape, but we want all the whole item on that website. We want all the item here. That's why if we just create, okay, article class, get this, we just only get one random image for us, one random item being sent in. But what we want is all the whole item on this page. So that's why we are going to loop it. Loop means they are telling that, okay, for all article in soup dot soup, sorry, case really matters a lot. So I'm telling you that for all article, now soup already has all the whole HTML, right? So I'm telling you that for all article, that means for any class that start with article on this page, select comma I need double article dot, what's the class name? PRD. And then that any item that starts with article, then that has class PRD, it should pick it up. PRD. Now it should loop through it. That's why I had this at the end. That it should loop through it. Okay, something wrong with my code there. So now I'm looking at the name. Let's give it brand name. The brand name, brand name, course article, article dot find class equals, now I said class, the brand name is under what again? So let's check. Okay, the brand name is under div name, div class, which is equals to name. Yeah, it is only class that has name there, so we don't necessarily need to specify that it's div because it's the only thing that has name. So what we just call it name. Now we want the text dot text. So what we basically want is, we don't want all the whole this thing that associates with this particular class. What we just want is the name, because if we don't put text, it will just does text, it will just give class name, give us all these whole headers, but we don't want that. What we just want is the name. So basically what we do now is add dot text behind it. But this class here, we are going to put down sign here, the apostrophe or what they call it, I've forgotten. So we are going to put it is because this is not a Python class, rather this is an HTML class. So and we are telling it that this is an HMS class. So this is what we are just referring to. So now we go to format price. Format price, which they claim there is, what do they call it, a discount, but we know really there's no really discounts. Most Nigerians don't believe there is discounts. So now we go to under price here, so which is the PD. So under price, this is what we look at. So now this is the former price. Now this is the present price. This is the former price. This is the but what we want now is we want this price first before we go for this price. For us to do that, we have to specify that under div we want class price, then get data o price for us to get this. Because if we just put div price, it will give us this particular one, but this is not what we want. Alright, this is what we want. Yeah. So what we now do is we come here and put article as still on the article, everything's on the article dot find div, that is under a div, comma, class equal, what's the name of the, okay, price. Now we'll now put dot get, because we are specifying that is not this we want, is the other, dot get this is what we want. So where is it? You can simply click on it and copy. So it's still the same thing. Sometimes you can do that when the data is long, and so that for you to get accurate data for what you are doing. So now let's look at present price. Present price. So it's still the same thing. We just copy and put equal, okay, equals to. It's still the same thing, but we are going to be removing this, and we put dot text. So now we have gotten the price, that is for the price here, which is just PRC. So now we need to get for the percentage, that is the discounts that they claim they are giving. So yeah, sometimes they give good discounts. So Jumia is a nice place to shop in Nigeria. So let's say discount equals article dot find. Now we are looking at, okay, now we are looking at div class. What is the class? Okay. I just put minus. Copy. So this is, now this is not a text, is a percentage, so we have to give it like that. We don't have to put the text, but sometimes discount, some items may likely not have a discount. So basically what we do here is we have to tell it that if discount does not if discount does not have, what did they call it? Sorry. Yes, we can make discount text, but sometimes some discounts, what did they call it? Um, some item does not have discount. So we have to tell it that if item does not have a discount, it should return nil, that is empty. It should not return anything for it. Or else if you don't put it like that, your code may not run well, because it's going to be having issues with the empty spaces. So that's why you just need it. Let me make it look more presentable. Okay, so now let me create info. Info is just where I input all my data to. So sorry. Mm, I want all the data to be put in one place, so that's why I'm doing info. So that if I'm calling it, we know that okay. I'm just putting all my, what did they call it? Putting all the names of each item on the info, so that I'll be able to create a column easily for it and export to Excel. So this is it. Then all data, I'm saying now all info should be append. Sure, you are wondering why I have not run this thing. So maybe, so now our DF PD frame. Now I want to create a column name for all the data. So I just put column equals. I just copy. Sorry. Let me just copy it here. So I just need to put. Now let's run and see. Okay, we are good. So now let's call df.